Nuclear weapons. What is a nuclear weapon? A nuclear weapon is a device or machine meant to produce a nuclear reaction and destroy everything in a large area. It is mainly used during war or war declarations. A nuclear bomb combusts when it is in process called a fusion. Fission process is when being exposed to certain atoms, uranium and plutonium, separate into later atoms. The fission process produces a higher explosion, energy reaction, thermal radiation, initial radiation, and electromagnetic pulses. The first nuclear bomb combusted on July 16, 1945, 210 miles south from Los Alamos, New Mexico. How was a nuclear fission discovered? The fission process was discovered in Germany 1 year before beginning World War II. It was discovered in December 1938 by two radiochemists named Otto Hahn and Fritz Strassmann in their Berlin laboratory. The history of weapons. China invented the first rocket. Fire arrows were used against the Mongols. The first multi-stage rocket launched in 1591. Johann Schleppler invented the second stage rocket to reach higher altitude. The first stage carried a smaller rocket. Second stage on March 16, 1926. The first liquid-propelled rocket was launched with liquid oxygen and gasoline. He keeps making bigger and stronger rockets. In 1942, the V-2 rocket was developed. In the World War II, Germany engineers led by Werner von Braun developed the first rocket capable of reaching space. They burned oxygen and alcohol at a rate of 1 ton every 7 seconds. 1950s saw the development of intercontinental ballistic missiles. Several medium and long-range missiles are developed and became the starting point for the U.S. space program. Missiles like Redstone, Atlas, and Titan would eventually launch astronauts into space. The first atomic bomb. 2 American atomic bombs ended World War II in August 1945. Thousands of Japanese people were killed. Little Boy was the code name for the first atomic bomb used in warfare. Scientists developed the technology for the atomic weapons during the highly classified project named the Manhattan Project. Facilities for the research were set up in Manhattan, Washington State, and in New Mexico. The final construction of Little Boy occurred in the United States. Various components of the bomb were transported by train from Los Alamos, New Mexico, and San Francisco. USA's revenge. The Japanese bombed the US at Pearl Harbor, which caused the US to join World War II. December 7th, 1941, the Japanese went and attacked the US Navy at Pearl Harbor. The US wanted to declare war and joined World War II. Eventually, the US dropped atomic bombs over Hiroshima, Japan, killed 80,000. After Japan bombed Pearl Harbor and the US entered World War II, President Truman was told by his advisories to invade Japan would result in lots of American deaths. So he was ordered an atomic bomb to be used to bring the war to a fast end. The first use of a nuclear weapon. Nagasaki, a major seaport and industrial center of southern Japan, was the second and final target of a nuclear weapon. Nagasaki was bombed by the United States on August 9th, 1945. 3 days earlier, Hiroshima was bombed. The Japanese surrendered in mid-August. Southern sources say August 14th or August 15th. World War II ended on September the 2nd, 1945. Due to their ability to cause mass destruction, nuclear weapons were never used in warfare again, and treaties were signed to limit their use of distribution. Cuban Missile Crisis. The Soviet Union were sneaking military weapons into Cuba. In October 1962, an American U-2 spy plane secretly photographed nuclear missile sites being built by the Soviet Union on the island of Cuba. President Kennedy did not want anyone to know that he had discovered the missiles. Kennedy decided the plan of naval orderling of ships around Cuba. The aim was to prevent the Soviet Union from bringing any more military surprise. Kennedy demanded the removal of the missiles already there and the destruction of the sites.